have a very special guest coming all the way from Mesquite High School in Texas. His name is Jimmy Shee, and he wants to talk to us about his opinions on the school lunch criteria by Michelle Obama. He feels that after eating his lunch, he's hungry, unsatisfied, and unhappy. We're going to have a Skype conversation with him so that you can see what he has to say. So let's please welcome the one and only Jimmy Shee.
Hey Jimmy, how's it going?
Hello, Nushka. It's going great.
So where are you from?
I'm from Mesquite High School in Texas. I'm a 9th grader.
Since you're talking about food, I was wondering, what do you think takes the most nutritional value?
Well, sports in general, but I do swimming after school, so I need a lot of nutrients and food for this.
Oh, that's really interesting. So what do your friends think about the new criteria that Michelle Obama has put in place?
Last week they told me they hated it because, well, I was thinking that they came back from summer vacation and they had to eat the school food, so they wouldn't like it, but it seems like the schedule has changed. I noticed there's more vegetables and grains.
So what do you think?
Well, I tried it out for myself. I didn't really like it. I started to bring my own lunch from home. I ate less when I ate the grains and the vegetables because I didn't like the taste. When I ate the school lunch, I became more tired when I swam.
So I've heard that a lot of people feel hungry. Is that true for you too?
Right, I feel really hungry, so I decided to start bringing my own lunches from home. I don't think the new lunch menus are that awesome.
Thank you so much, Jimmy. You've been a great help.
Thank you too, Nushka.
Wow, Jimmy, thank you so much for telling us your opinion. And it's great because this is a huge controversy. Michelle Obama's criteria was supposed to be healthier and better for the students. Now that you're telling us that it's leaving you more hungry, well, we should see more about that.
This is an example of a protein structure. There's amino groups, alpha carbon, carboxyl group, and variable groups. Now, 2 amino acids bonded together gives you a peptidase, and the bond is called a peptide bond. From these two, one H2O comes out, as shown over here. So the primary structure is just a regular chain. The secondary structure is a helix, alpha helix, and also a pleated sheet. Now, a tertiary is when the OR groups bond. And the quaternary examples of some quaternary structures is hemoglobin. Protein polarity is dependent on the variable group. Now, the functions are enzyme control, speed up reactions, hormones, which are signals to tell us what to do and when, antibodies, hemoglobin, storage, structure of cell, receptor proteins, which help in response to stimuli.
Fortunately for us, we have experts in this field. Not only are they experts, but they also have their PhDs in the wonderful world of biochemistry. So let us please give a warm welcome to Dr. Kirill Nikolaev. Thank you for being here, Doctor.
Thank you. I'm very glad to be on the show. Kirill Nikolaev, and I will be talking to you about the wonderful world of biochemistry. Now, the main thing you need to know is that there are 4 main organic compounds: carbohydrates, proteins, lipids, and nucleic acids. Each of these compounds can be ingested with various different foods.
Michelle Obama's criteria calls for a cup of various vegetables, a cup of various fruits, 2 ounces of grains, 2 ounces of meat or meat alternative, and 1 cup of milk, all daily. Each meal should add up to at least 750 calories, but should not exceed 850 calories. There should be no trans fat in the servings, and the sodium per week should add up to no more than 740 milligrams.
The audience must be wondering, Doctor, when and where was this implemented, and how has it worked so far?
I feel that this is a sufficient plan because the high school obesity rates have gone up in the past few years. For example, in 2012, about 13.7% of high school students were obese, and 16.6% were overweight. Since then, Michelle Obama's school lunch plans have decreased these numbers in participating school districts. By keeping Michelle Obama's food criteria, it would lower the amount of the obesity rates around the country.
Thank you so much, Dr. Nikolai, for coming and explaining to us.
And thank you for having me on the show. It was a pleasure to meet you. Carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are made up of monomers such as fructose, galactose, and glucose.
Carbohydrates like glucose are sugars, so they can be found in sweet potatoes, cereal, pears, ketchup, and McDonald's low-fat caramel sauce.
These monomers combine to make disaccharides or polysaccharides. They combine through the process of dehydration synthesis. Dehydration synthesis is modeled here. When two glucose molecules combine to make a maltose. Now, it's called dehydration synthesis because when they combine, they create a byproduct of H2O. One molecule of H2O is derived from every dehydration synthesis bond. It's hydrolysis. Hydrolysis can occur when the water molecule that was taken as a byproduct from the dehydration synthesis is put back in. For example, in the maltose molecule, when we put back H2O, the H2O molecule, we can get the two glucose molecules that we once started with. We use them for a short-term source of energy. Their functional groups are hydroxyl, and they're hydrophilic. Thank you for taking your time to listen to this short PSA about carbohydrates.
And now we have another scientist, also who has a PhD in biochemistry. He has a different opinion about Michelle Obama's lunches, and he believes that there's a better alternative. So let's please welcome the two-time award-winning scientist, Dr. Arun Muthukumar.
Thank you for having me. And today, I will be informing you on an alternative. In fact, a better alternative to Michelle Obama's lunch criteria. About his opinion on this criteria. I feel what he had said previously on the show is wonderful, and I totally agree with his idea. But I think there's a better alternative to this problem. I've been researching for many years on how we could make the school lunches better than already is now. So I will be explaining to you a lunch menu that I personally have made. I've come up with a better menu that will satisfy both high school students and Michelle Obama. The menu will not only cover the requirements, but also let students choose their own meal from the options provided. The options go as follows. For greens, one can have 2 pieces of small roll biscuit or muffin, 2 slices of white bread, 1 hamburger bun, muffin or bagel, 1 cup rice, pasta or cooked cereal, or 2 ounces of cold cereal. For vegetables, one can have 3/4 cup of vegetable juice, 1 cup of leafy raw vegetables, spinach or lettuce, or 1/2 cup chopped raw or cooked vegetables. For fruits, one can have 1/2 cup dried fruit, a melon wedge, 1/2 cup of berries, 3/4 cup of juice, a whole apple, banana, or orange, or 1/2 cup chopped, cooked, or canned fruit. For dairy, one can have 1 cup of milk, 2 ounces of natural cheese, 2 ounces of processed cheese, or 6 ounces of yogurt. For proteins, one can have 2 to 3 ounces of cooked lean meat, fish, chicken without skin, or tofu, 2 cooked eggs, 2 cups of cooked dry beans, or 4 tablespoons of peanut butter. For fats and lipids, one can have 1/4 ounces of butter or 5 tablespoons of vinegar on salads. You end up getting some anyway from animal fats, butter, and others. For example, for lunch, one can eat 3/4 cup of vegetable juice, which is 34 calories, 2 slices of white bread, which is 158 calories, a whole apple, which is 95 calories, a cup of milk, which is 103 calories, 2 cooked eggs, which is 156 calories, and 1/4 ounces of butter, which is 25 calories. This meal would add up to approximately 600 calories in total. An average male teen needs 2,800 calories per day, and an average female teen needs 2,200 calories per day. This means that a female needs about 600 calories per meal, and a male needs 800 calories per meal. Since teenagers tend to eat so many snacks, it makes sense to leave extra calories for students to save for snacks. Thus, a 571 calorie meal is good for the students.
Help kids all around the world.
Thank you for having me. It was a pleasure to be on this show.
Knowing the importance of lipids is imperative to live a healthier life. Most people think that lipids are bad for you, but the truth is that only the bad fats are bad. Lipids have various essential jobs in the body. Fats are important for long-term energy storage and insulation. Phospholipids are the main components of cell membranes. Wax is a critical part of waterproofing. Cholesterol and hormones are crucial to living things, and both are steroids. All these materials are lipids that we cannot do without. However, there are some bad things about lipids. Fatty acids with no double bonds are saturated and not good for the body. Too many fatty acids can cause major problems in the body system. Likewise, too much cholesterol can lead to heart problems, so it is important to limit the lipids. Please keep in mind that a no-fat diet will be detrimental to your health, as well as a diet rich in fat. Thank you for listening to this PSA. Ladies and gentlemen, I know that I learned something, and I hope that you did too. Well, that's all for now. See you next time on the Everybody Talk Show.